When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
Every business begins with an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAND are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
There is no off-season for greatness. You do what it takes to stay in the game. And so do we. Our commitment is to keep you moving forward. Essentia Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Like nowhere else.
Wahpeton Deli and Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wahpeton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at wahpetondeliandeatery.com or call 642-3639.
Smith Motors in Wahpeton, we make sure that when you need a vehicle, we'll find the perfect one that matches your lifestyle and budget. Like the eye-catching Chevy Equinox, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hard-working GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive buying experience. From low-pressure sales to high-quality service, our customers always come first. Find your new Chevrolet or GMC today at Smith Motors. Small-town friendly, big-town deals.
So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
that means all the money that we make,
cha-ching,
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Yield Advantage is proud to support our local Twin Town teams. They'd like to remind farmers that the Yield Advantage team is ready to help you get the W next planting season. They can help get your equipment in game shape with upgrades large and small. Yield Advantage is your local precision planting premier dealer. From row cleaners to closing wheels, seed meters to liquid fertilizer systems, and everything in between. If you want to give yourself a competitive edge next season, contact Yield Advantage today.
A local insurance team ready to serve you. American Family Insurance, Miller and Associates, providing home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance. As residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you, their trusted friends and neighbors. Together, they're building strong partnerships that help everyone succeed. American Family Insurance, Miller and Associates, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
And we hope to see you at American Family Insurance, Miller and Associates.
Abby Johnson with the home run, just about to stray away center field.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel. Welcome, everybody, to the Three Borders Sports Network. And I am Joe Schreiner, and the man behind the curtain is Brian Watson.
I had a little trouble there to begin, but
now what did we do?
No, it's just I have it set up the way that you like to do it.
Okay.
Okay, just for a couple reasons,
Oh.
but there's just one little extra click that you have to do so that you don't get that thing. So.
Yeah.
I'll blame that on Ralph. He's not here, so I'll just blame it on him.
Well,
I don't want to blame it on
say Black Cloud's not here.
I don't
We
want to
have-
blame it on Heather. There's no way I'm going to do that.
No, we can't do that.
I'm the new curse.
New curse.
No.
No, don't do that.
No,
You're not going to do that.
No, we can't have that. We
For
can't
those
have
of you
that.
new
So-
watching, Jeff Ralph is usually and traditionally been our first guest of the evening, and Brian has always given Jeff Ralph a little grief about being a Black Cloud when he comes in. There's always some technical difficulty. So
I wonder what he's going to be for Halloween. Ralph.
Black Cloud, isn't it?
It's a good costume for him. That's what I think. I think it'd be a good costume for him. So he's probably
Well,
not watching anyway. We can talk about him if we want to. So it's all
Well,
right.
His mom and dad might be watching.
It might be. It might be. They're like, where is he at?
Yeah,
like he's
where-
done already.
he's always
he
on.
gets a little bit of break here, so it's
Yep.
good. Yeah. So
golf
anyway,
is done for the year.
Anyway, he's not here, so we have a guest here.
What
I
a
think that we
sports
should.
weekend. The Vikings go
Here we
5-0
go.
and we're
Here
in
we
London.
go. Here we go. I wondered how long it was going to take
Oh,
before.
I got to do it right away. The Vikings go 5-0,
Yeah,
and they
here we
won
go.
over in London, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Here we go.
But Dallas
Here we go.
finally got a win, and they beat
Whatever.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Whatever. Too many penalties, dude. Don't. I don't.
Oh,
you're
okay.
gonna
We're
upset
talking
me.
penalties.
You're gonna
now. Look at
upset
all
me.
the paraphernalia behind
You're
you
gonna
there.
upset me.
Pittsburgh Steelers. That's
You're gonna
Pittsburgh.
upset me.
Unfortunately, I'm a Browns fan
Oh.
Ooh.
by marriage.
By
Not my
marriage.
choice.
Hey, same division.
Same division,
So we
I know.
got.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about that?
How about that? Yeah, we'll talk to you come Steelers Browns then.
All right.
Move on with the show. Let's go.
All right, let's go. All
Let's
right,
get
we got a
going here.
busy show tonight here. We got 5 coaches coming in, and we got to try and hustle it along here a little bit. But we're now joined by the BW Storm swim coach, Heather Henn. Heather, thanks for coming back again.
Thanks for having me again.
Appreciate it. Yeah, you were here last week, and it was a busy week. But then you had a busy Friday, Saturday. This last Friday and Saturday,
we
you had a
did.
doubleheader. We'll talk about the upcoming weekend that you've got coming. But last Friday and Saturday, you had a doubleheader again. I think Friday you were at Davies.
Yep.
And then Saturday you were at West Fargo.
Yes.
And you had some more qualifiers.
We
Let's talk
did.
about that.
It was really exciting. On Friday, we only had 4 athletes. And just a little bragging, we almost beat Davies.
Wow.
Which was
With
very
4
surprising
with 4 swimmers.
Yes.
Wow.
So I don't know what was going on with Davies, but that felt pretty good.
Yeah, I bet.
We only lost by 10 instead of 100.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So that's a big thing for us.
With 4 swimmers, and they
Yes.
probably had about 40 on the sideline,
Yes.
I suppose.
Yep.
So, did we have anybody qualify in the Friday meet?
Yes, on
Okay.
Friday, Maddie Beyer qualified her 200 IM for EDC.
For EDC qualified.
Yep, and the rest of our girls swam. They swim very well. They're all right at their season best times, and they're just trying to get that last little bit, the last little half seconds.
And I'm sure it's exciting for them too to try and be able to do that. So.
Yes, I keep telling them it's okay to not drop your times every time you swim.
Yeah.
But as long as you're staying consistent,
Yep.
that's the biggest part at this point of the season.
And I think Larry Lash, the cross country coach, he'll be in later, and I'm sure he feels the same way about his runners. You know,
Yes.
it's like, okay, just stay consistent, try to get better, but if you don't get any worse, you're doing well. So
Right.
that's the same way for your swimmers. Is what you're
Exactly.
saying.
Yep.
Okay.
We're working. Our practices are very intense right now because we're at the highest point. I
Okay.
said just give it a little bit of time. When we start to taper off and get longer rests, your body will feel more rested and your times will come down.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to Saturday then. And Saturday was an exciting time.
It really was.
You know, we were talking off air before we went on the program here tonight, and Heather had a big smile on her face, just like she does right now, folks. And she's pretty proud of her girls and what they did on Saturday. So I'll just let you go ahead.
Yes, I'm excited to say we're finally going to state. Sydney Roberts joined us for her first swim meet, and she qualified both of her individual swims, so her 50 free and her 100 back. And then freshman Natalie Graham qualified her 50 free for state as well.
How about that? 50 free for state for Natalie.
Yes.
So 3 state qualifiers on time this Saturday at West Fargo.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
And then Maddie Beyer also qualified her 100 IM for
I was gonna say
100 breaststroke for
And
EDC.
she's just a freshman.
Nope, she's a junior.
She's a junior.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So she qualified on Friday for the 50 and then Saturday for the 100.
Yes. 200 IM Friday and then
200.
the 100 breast on Saturday.
IM,
Yes.
all right.
So now she's up to 5 EDC swims.
Wow. So
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna and you're gonna sit down with her and say, all right, these are the 2 because they can only do 2 at EDC,
Yes,
correct?
yep.
So you're gonna sit down with her and say, okay, these are the 2 we're gonna do.
Yep. It's nice to be able to pick and choose
Pick and
a little
choose?
bit. Yeah.
Do you look at, say, other swimmers and say, I think your best shot to place is going to be in this event, even though that might not be her best, or do you just want to do her best 2 events?
It depends on the girl and the swim.
Okay.
So, like for Maddie, I'm going to, if she hasn't state qualified yet, I'm going to put her in her 2 closest to state qualifying. I don't really necessarily care too much about the place.
Okay.
I just want them to be able to swim individually
time.
and get to the next meet.
Okay.
But for Sydney, since she already has 2 state qualified, if she's able to make it to another meet and get a few more, then we're going to pick the 2 that she's placed the best in.
Okay. So and I'm just going to go back to Sydney now, of course, a multi-sport athlete here in
Yes.
the fall. Volleyball and Breckenridge plays for the Cowgirls and also for the swim team. She practices basically on her own, correct? So
Yes.
she's doing all that
Yep.
on her own time.
Yes, she tries to get in maybe once a week if it works out. But she is just a very natural talent, and she knows what her body needs. And her mom is also very in touch with that. And then Sydney's grandma, Jeannie, is the club coach. So I know when Sydney's able to go in, Jeannie tries to
okay.
get into and
Okay.
work on specific things that Sydney needs to help her be where she needs to be
Okay.
at for her swims.
Well, I know it was an exciting time, and it was in the Daily News, in the Wahpeton Daily News, the article was, and you know, it is a big deal for a 2-sport athlete in the fall, this day and age, to be able to get to that level.
Yes.
But again, and you mentioned it off air, it was just, it's too bad that Natalie
Yes, Natalie.
didn't get the pub that she deserves as
Yeah.
well. So there it is.
Yes.
Got it done.
Hopefully
All right.
she can get a few more too.
Yeah, hopefully she can get a few more. All right, so let's look ahead. It's a busy weekend coming up. I saw that
it
too. and
is.
Your schedule again on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let's talk about Thursday first.
Yes, so Thursday we are going to West Fargo for a duel,
Okay.
and we'll have 5 athletes
Okay.
on Thursday. And then Friday and Saturday we're heading to Jamestown for a 2-day meet. We're all
Explain that to everybody. It's a 2-day meet. You were trying to tell me off air, and it's just like, holy cow!
Yeah,
this is going to be a scramble.
It's going to be a mammoth of a swim meet. So all of the girls are swimming all 8 individual events.
How many teams?
10.
10 teams from all over the state, I suppose.
Yes.
Not just the EDC.
Nope, all over. Minot will be there. I think there's a few Bismarck teams coming. If they're anticipating 175 athletes. And that's swimming and diving.
A 2-day swim.
Yep. So they'll swim 3 individual events and a relay on Friday, and then 5 individual events on
Oofty.
Saturday. Yeah.
You got to be in shape for that stuff.
Yes, I warn them when the season starts, like, this is coming.
Yeah.
Prepare yourselves.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah, it's going to be fun. So
they swim every. They swim every race. Is that what it was?
Every
Yes.
event.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every event.
How do they split up the long races?
So the 500 is the longest one. That one's on Saturday. And then there's 2 200s, and they're both on Friday.
Okay.
So they'll swim the 2 200s and the 50 free.
Okay.
So the 200 is the IM.
And then the 200 freestyle.
And then 200 free.
Yep.
And those will both be on Friday.
Yes.
So are the teams limited to the number of swimmers they can have?
Yes, the big teams are.
Right.
It doesn't affect us any.
Right.
The 50 free and the 100 free, they're limiting 15 athletes per team.
Yeah.
Per team for each event?
Yep.
Wow.
That's a long day of swimming.
It's going to be long. And then the longer events, it's 7 athletes.
Yeah, sure.
So then it's, obviously then it provides some time for athletes to rest
Yes,
in
yeah.
between.
You look
when you
at-
got that many swimming.
Yeah, it'll be long, but they'll have plenty of rest. Some of our duels only take an hour and a half,
Okay.
and we get through all 8 events in that time, so they're
Okay.
swimming pretty quickly, but at least they should have good rest.
Mom and Dad ever make it to any of your meets?
They do. They
Do
haven't. They haven't this season. My mom made it to a Fargo meet last year. She had come to visit me, and then my dad traveled to Jamestown for one of our duels.
No, cool. He just went straight up the
Yep.
highway. And
He
came up.
surprised me.
Yep. Well, we got to say hi to Monty and Aaron. They're watching tonight.
Bye.
So there they are. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just I'm going to say this. I'm impressed with the excitement you bring to the sport.
Well,
Okay,
thank you.
that's pretty cool, and I'm very impressed with your intelligence about how trying to coach these girls and help them succeed. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So it's only your second year, kid.
Yes.
How about that? I've known Heather since she was a little tyke. So
Sure you have.
I have.
I know. No.
I used to work with
She
her
played.
dad.
She used to play basketball too. So.
Oh yeah.
I think that's where she got it from her basketball
Oh,
coach.
from her basketball. I bet it was.
I
Yeah.
wasn't very good at basketball. If I remember correctly, I made 1 basket the whole season.
One
But
is better than none.
It
That's
was. I was there to boost morale.
There we go. I like that. I like that.
Well, anything else there, Heather? You got?
Yes.
Oh, look at
I
this.
brought you
B-dub.
something
look
today.
Look at this, B-dub.
How about this, huh?
Huh?
I figured you were missing some swimming
Yes, we are.
representation, so
Yep.
I brought you a swim cap.
How about that, B-dub?
We're gonna make them wear it. Is what we're gonna do.
Oh.
No, you're not gonna put it on.
I'm not putting it on, but you got.
I do need to protect. Well, I need to protect my locks when I go in the pool. So
Yeah, you
maybe,
do. Yeah.
maybe I can wear it.
So I
don't
think
know.
you should, because most pool people, other than the girls, the males shave their heads. So you're.
What are you
you're
trying
in
to
good
say?
shape.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying you could probably wear this skull cap.
I choose to wear
Is
my
it
hair
a skull
this
cap,
way.
or what do they call it?
Just a swim cap.
Swim cap.
Yep.
Don't try and make up names now.
And this one's made of silicone, but most of the other teams use latex.
Which is better?
I like silicone. I'm allergic to latex.
Oh, there you go.
So.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Okay.
well then, yeah, you got it.
Yeah. But I know my swimmers prefer silicone
Really?
over latex.
Most of them use latex.
They're cheaper.
Does it feel different?
Yeah, they're thinner, and I don't know.
No,
I
don't
just-
put that on now. I see
I'm not
you
gonna
trying to
put
put it
this
on
on.
now.
No.
We might make that center. Right.
Right
we
there.
might put it right there.
That
So,
might be where it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
you got
thanks,
to figure
Heather.
out how to put
You're
it up
very
without
welcome.
destroying it. So maybe we'll frame it. We could frame it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that would be pretty
Brain's
cool.
working
He's
right
good
now.
at that stuff.
Brain's working.
Because he's got all that Steelers stuff behind him,
There we
even
go.
though they
Just-
There
lost
we
to the
go.
Cowboys.
This is-
Take it out.
And you're probably glad they lost because you're a Browns fan.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really watch it,
She said
but
it's by marriage, so it means that it's on the TV and
I
she's not
suppose.
really paying
I'm
attention.
just doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Heather, they scored. Yay.
All right, that's Heather Henn, head coach of the BW Storm team. They got a busy weekend. Thursday again at
West Fargo.
West Fargo,
Yes.
and then Friday and Saturday in Jamestown.
Yes.
Okay, so a busy schedule for the girls this weekend, and if you got any time, make sure you stop by and watch the BW Storm swim team.
Yes.
Heather Henn, head coach of the BW Storm swim team. We'll be right back after these messages right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Since 1941, Minn Kota Ag Products has been helping farmers with their agricultural needs. The farming industry has expanded at great lengths, and Minn Kota Ag Products is there to provide farmers with their entire chemical, fertilizer, seed, and grain elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. For market access at your fingertips and information essential to your farm operation, download the Minn Kota Ag Products app. Minn Kota Ag Products, proud to be a partner in your farm operation since 1941.
20 years of experience, Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pediatrics and pregnancy, seeing children of all ages daily. Start your pregnancy out right with a correcting postural adjustment to help with daily activities and also give you a better night's sleep. Continued chiropractic care throughout your pregnancy can potentially help for an easier labor and delivery of your new little one. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic today at 701-672-1300 for an appointment, or request an appointment online at hornsteinfamilychiropractic.com. Dr. Andrea Hornstein, helping your family grow up healthy.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their number one goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
At Interstate Engineering, our business is about connections. We connect people to water, communities to counties, and counties to the rest of the world. Our work connects main streets to interstates, and yesterday with the potential of tomorrow. With over 40 years of connecting, our experience and expertise are thanks to the clients we have earned, the trust we have built, and the connections we have made. Interstate Engineering, the professionals you need, the people you trust.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Comdell Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4 crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdellInnovation.com. Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Since 1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain Hefty Seed never changes. Red River Grain Hefty Seed works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain Hefty Seed has been saving farmers money for years. For all your grain and agronomy needs, stop in or call the friendly staff at 643-3738. or visit them online at redrivergrain.com.
Here at the Amanda Frederick State Farm Agency, we do our best to make insurance a little less insurancy for you. Hi, this is Amanda, your local State Farm agent. You've probably seen our team out and about volunteering in the community, participating in local events, and just doing our all-around best to support and encourage a healthy, vibrant community. Stop into our office sometime and find out why we've been consistently voted best insurance agency in the Valley and why State Farm has been a trusted household name in insurance for 100 years. We hope to meet you soon.
At OSPTI, our focus is on each individual's therapy needs, whether it be for speech, occupational, or physical therapy services. I'm Becky, a physical therapist at OSPTI, and I love being able to provide that personal care to each person that we see with clinics in Breckenridge, Hankinson, and Fergus Falls. You don't have to travel very far from home. From infants to athletes to adults, you can request OSPTI to meet your therapy goals.
Any bank can tell you they have a rock-solid commitment to agriculture. Bell can prove it. To this day, every Bell Bank branch is partially built with rocks we've picked from our founder's farm. But our roots in ag have grown more than a few offices. They've shaped who we are and formed our entire approach to banking. Let us prove it to you as you grow your farm and prepare your legacy for the next generation. Bell Bank, committed to ag. In Wahpeton, talk to Rick Steckler.
Is your athlete suffering from an ankle sprain or a hit to the head? Did you know that a chiropractic adjustment can decrease ankle swelling by half and get your athlete back to their sport quicker? Or dizziness, brain fog can come from a neck subluxation. With 20 years of chiropractic experience, Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic knows personally how chiropractic adjustments can get you back to playing your sport in no time. Request an appointment online at hornsteinfamilychiropractic.com or call 701-672-1300.
Sometimes it's tough being a dad. Kids grow up fast. Hey, girls. Oh, love it.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Is he serious?
Don't even want me around anymore. You know when I first started noticing it? When I stopped getting hugs. Hugs mean a lot to a dad. So, with Command IQ, I found a way to get the hugs back. Watch.
Dad, the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, let me see if I can fix it.
It's back. Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
With Command IQ, you can bring the hugs back.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show presented by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. Thanks for those of you watching on Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. I'm Joe Schreiner. He's Brian Watson.
Did you notice I didn't do the music trivia this time?
Not this time.
One, I wasn't ready for it, and two, YouTube didn't really like it. So,
no, they didn't.
Well, I mean, a little
warning?
bit. A little one.
Okay.
So, it's okay.
All right, let's get this going here. Dom's got an appointment. She's got to go.
Oh, yeah, we got to go. We got to hurry up.
Let's play volleyball.
I know. I held the door for her when she came in.
But we're going to blame
Kyler Materi. Team captain.
Kyler, you switched times and forgot to tell Dom. So she's going to be a couple minutes late to your volleyball match.
There you go.
All right, so let's take a look here, Dom. So far, the girls having a struggle bit this season, but there's also been some highlights and some good things and some positive things for the girls.
There has. Just to reflect quickly on the Fargo South game, the girls know how I feel about that game. Our youth was showing.
Yeah.
Our age was showing. We had a long talk today about communication and how it can't just be two people. My seniors were doing the majority of the talking, and volleyball is a game of communication. So
sure.
I'm hoping going into this weekend that pep talk and reminder will show itself in those games that we have this weekend.
Yeah, and I watched the game. I was farming last night, so I was watching the game on my phone. The tractor drives itself. The combine drives itself.
I just think that's dangerous.
But anyway, I was listening to Brian's call on the game too, and he said the same thing too. You know, you're a young squad, and they've got a lot to learn and a lot to figure out, taking on some big EDC teams. So things will get better.
They will, and we have a lot of talent and athletes on our team. And that's what you want in volleyball. You want athletes. It's just teaching them the little cues of volleyball, right?
Yep.
Like teaching our back row players, like your libero and your DSs have to act like free safeties in football, right? They're the ones in the back seeing everything that's happening. So teaching them that type of communication on a varsity level, especially for when we have a sophomore and freshmen that are playing up, it's going to take them some time, and I get that.
Yep.
And I can be a little intense, but it's just because I want it for them so bad.
Right.
And I know they can do it because I have seen it. So it's like showing up and being consistent. But I have no worries that they're going to learn those things. Like Elise Skolwald and Maya James are very, very athletic people. It's just they won't find their voice yet. But it's going to happen.
It will happen.
Yeah.
Especially through Coach Rickles' voice. They'll figure that out. All right,
I can be pretty loud.
So let's take a look coming up this weekend. And again, for those of you that are unaware, the volleyball divisions in North Dakota will switch next year to a 3-class system. And I think Coach Rickles is looking forward to it. I'm probably putting words in her mouth there right now. But
they're good words. Keep it up.
She's looking forward to it. And you played a tournament in Valley City earlier in the season. Did not go out to Bismarck to play in that one, but anyway, went to Valley City, got your win of the season there, and then now you're going to Carrington for a weekend tournament.
We are. We have a tendency to play up to our competition or play down to our competition versus just playing our game. We had a discussion with that. I brought our AD into that discussion as well, just to talk about having confidence in your game and what your role is on the court.
Yeah.
But we really need to come in strong and play Husky volleyball the way I see it, not what the outside world perceives us to be.
Good for you. And working on that communication and that discipline and those kinds of things with that younger squad against some smaller teams, not maybe. And I know B-Dub always says that too. We don't care what it says on the front of their shirts, but yet sometimes it does get a little intimidating. And now you're going to be playing some less populated schools, if you will. So some of the examples of some of the teams there will be?
We are playing Lisbon, Hazen, and then let me pull up this other one. I keep forgetting the name of the third school. South Prairie Max.
South Prairie Max, yeah. They're a very good basketball team. They're one of the best basketball teams in the state. So a bunch of really good athletes on that team. I know a lot of those girls play volleyball too.
Yeah.
So that'll be a really athletic team.
It will, and that's kind of my goal for these next. We don't have a game tomorrow, which we do need a practice just with varsity. So I'm excited to have that tomorrow. And so tonight after I'm done playing volleyball, I'll try to find some film on those girls on YouTube or on Huddle and kind of do some scouting.
All right.
But we discussed this last time I was here. Playing Class B is a different animal, and the girls still have to come out swinging and play their game.
And I think B-Dub will attest to that too as well.
It's a totally different beast. It really is. And there's a little different, I don't know how to put it. They're coming for us.
Yes.
Is the way to put it. Because we're the big school, no more of us, playing against these big schools and say, okay, we'll go do the best that we can. Nope, everybody's coming for us now. And if you're not ready, it's going to be a long night. And once those teams, get a victory over you and you see the reaction of the crowd and the team or whatever, you understand. And then you've got to be able to, play with a little bit of respect for your team and your house and for who you are. And I think if you can play that way, you can find some success. But it's not going to be easy by any means.
No. And there's a issue even before I was the coach, and just being a fan and watching WAP volleyball. We have a tendency to play on our heels. And switching that mentality to put your best foot forward versus like waiting to see what happens, like we have to be the ones on the attack.
Yeah.
And that starts with serve receive, and our serve receive hasn't been great these past few games. But when it is good, we get the ball in the hands of the setter, and that gets to Kylie Hansey, and then we can get that to Sienna Fobb. We can get the ball to Marina. All great front row hitters with some height and power, and Cambry, and they can finish. But it really starts with serve receive. So tomorrow my practice is going to be a lot of defense and a lot of serve receive and a lot of footwork. Like
a lot of dig, huh?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm constantly talking to the girls about their first step. If you do negative steps, that really puts you, just like with any sport, puts you at a disadvantage. Okay, if you're taking that step backwards and lifting your body up, I'm sure you can attest to this with basketball. You get on your back foot.
Yep.
You might be SOL.
Yep.
It's already that 1 second, you're too late.
Yep. Well, I want to thank you. I'm going to get you going here. I know we're running past time, but I want to thank you for texting in the other night when you were watching the Cowgirls volleyball and cheering on Coley.
Yeah, that's my
your
niece. Yeah.
They're fun to watch too, and they did well.
Yeah, they did, and that's the weird line I have to walk. You know,
Yeah,
I was a cowgirl once upon a time too. So I got to cheer for them when I got the chance. Except when we're playing each other, then that's when I'm not a fan.
Right, I get it. And I think everybody understands that.
Yeah.
So. All right, Coach. Good luck at the tournament this weekend up in Carrington. You going up Friday or Saturday morning?
We're going up Friday, having a little team bonding and getting a good team meal in. So I'm excited for that. And we're bringing some of the JV girls with us so they can have that experience as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, head coach Dominique Rickles, head coach of the Huskies volleyball squad. She's got to get going. We got Amanda Lundsetter on deck here coming up next. We'll be right back after this message.
No matter the time of year, there's never a bad time to get your ride sparkling at All Seasons Car Wash. Your ride deserves to shine all year round. We'll see you at All Seasons Car Wash.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
Every business begins with an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAND are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
There is no off-season for greatness. You do what it takes to stay in the game. And so do we. Our commitment is to keep you moving forward. Essentia Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Like nowhere else.
Wapaton Deli.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. We want to thank Giant Seeds for being our main sponsor on the Giants Coaches Show. I'm Joe Schreiner. This is Three Borders Sports Network. He's Brian Watson. B-Dub.
That was pretty good. You're getting good at that. But you can hear the music now, so not everybody knows what's going on behind the scenes. But I know I have to turn it off
Well,
at
that's
some
what you're
point.
saying I'm getting better at.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the compliment.
Well, I do what I do. I'm a coach. That's what I do.
He keeps the kids going. All right, let's move on. And we asked Amanda to switch her time, and she was kind enough to do that. So we'll get Amanda Lundsetter, head coach of the boys tennis team from Wahpeton, the Huskies tennis coach, to join us a little bit later than we originally scheduled. So thank you for coming in.
Yep, not a problem.
Spending some time with us.
Not a problem at all.
Appreciate you coming in and adjusting your schedule. All right, the season's over, Coach. We go back and look some play. You had to do the play-in match, and you beat Fargo South 3-2.
Yes, we hosted the play-in match.
Before I get to that, or before you get to that, I should say, you finished in a tie for 7th place in the EDC, and so with the 7th seed, you had to play Fargo South to try and get into the EDC.
Yeah, luckily we beat Fargo South earlier in the season, which allowed us to host the play-in versus have to travel to where they were and play them out on their turf. And so they had to come here to us, and that play-in match was extremely entertaining. I mean,
I bet it was.
During it, I didn't find it that entertaining, but we definitely had, when it comes to the play-in, it's not played out like a regular EDC match. Instead of having 6 singles and 3 doubles, where we can play our 7 guys, both in singles and doubles, it's a 3-2 format, which means that we play 3 singles and 2 doubles, and the guys only get to play 1 match. And with Alex and Garnett being such a force at 1 and 2 singles and at 1 doubles, we weren't able to secure that 3rd match out of those guys. We really had to rely on our young guys to hold up and be supportive of our old guys, and they showed up, and they showed up exactly when they needed to. Alex, who had beat the number 1 from South in the regular season, ended up falling against him in the play-in match, and so it really was on those younger guys to pick up the slack. Gary handled his opponent easily. I believe it was like 6-2, 6-1. It was just an easy breezy match for Garnett, which, again, when we played in the regular season, was not an easy match. He really struggled a lot with that kid, and then just slapped him around and put him away. He was our first win of that 3-2. I got 2 young 8th graders, one who's new to tennis this year and one who it's only his 2nd year of tennis this year. They were at 2 doubles. They were the next to fall. They struggled, but they were against juniors and I think a junior and a sophomore, and they had more experience than our young men did, and so they played actually very well and very valiantly. They just ended up falling. And so it came down to where it was 2-1?
Okay.
And we're kind of sweating bullets. And Grayson, Cassie, and Dax and Carter were playing 1 doubles. They had never played together before. We threw them together, kind of like a little Hail Mary pass. And they did excellently. Their energy was on point, and they were nose to the grindstone. And those were my 4 and 5 at 1 doubles, and the match was close. The sets were close, but they handled them in two consecutive sets, which was fantastic.
Wow.
And it came down to Zach Cummings, who was playing 3 singles, and he's really struggled at the beginning of the season, had a hard time just adjusting. He's kind of in that growing phase where he's transitioning from being in that middle school body to a high school man's body, and he's just, the coordination changes, and it's trying to figure out those big honking feet and what do you do with that change. And he really did finally click for him at the most critical time, and he had a little mental match more than anything. He beat the kid handedly in the first set, 6-1 or 6-2, I believe.
Okay.
It was, and we thought, okay, we got this in the bag. And then the second set, we just Dunsky. It was like 0-6, or it was not a great set score. And you could see the panic, and you could see the the strain, like, oh my gosh, no way am I going to lose this match.
Yeah.
And he just doubled down and he grinded and he was like, nope, I absolutely will not lose. And he ended up winning 10-5 in the tie
10-5.
10-5 in the tie break.
So when he's at that point, what did you do as a coach? What did you go say to him?
When they are in their own head, the best thing that any coach can do is be supportive and point out the things that are going right.
Yep.
And when they hit that shot, show up, be loud, be obnoxious, so that they know that they do well, because they're going to want to be thinking about the score. They're going to want to be thinking about the last shot that they just made a mistake on. And the best thing you can do is be super aggressive about this is what you did right. This is what you did right. This is what you can do next, and be a little more present and positive versus the other part of me, which is the ass-kicking side of it.
Get this right.
Yeah. And there's a time and a place, especially with tennis being such a mental game, where you know, in the first set, you do want to be really aggressive and you want to get after him and be like, okay, now we're not making that mistake again. And you want to get after him. But in that tiebreak situation, it's about how can we keep him right here? How can I keep you present so you're not lingering on that last ball, but you're looking at the next ball? And how do I get him to be in his own head, cheering himself on so that he can make the next point? And we were very adamant about that. We've been after the varsity, especially your top three, since it's such a tough position to be in the EDC, that I was like, you have the skill set. All three of those guys, they have the skill set, they have the knowledge, but their mental talk, the way they talk to themselves, the way they recover after a mistake, it's been slow going. My number one is so talented, and we can get to that in a second. He's so talented, but I'd say the number one thing he'd have to work on is how does he talk to himself? How does he recover from those mistakes? How can he stay mentally tough when he's ahead? How can he stay mentally tougher when he's behind? And it has nothing to do with him being physically weak or anything like that. He's very strong. It has everything to do with overly critical of himself, wanting perfection, wanting it to be just right. And when it's not just right, we have to accept that and move on. And I think that was the same for all of them. And Zach figured it out in the most perfect time. Third set, it all came together for him, and he locked it in for us. And so we had the opportunity to compete at EDC team tennis, which you have to be successful to show up for that. And it was a good time. It was fun. We had some tough teams to play against. First Red River, who was at the top, and then we had
the scores.
And then we had Fargo North, which is a very competitive team, and we had our opportunity, and they simply won out. Then we go into individuals, and the guy, Garnett.
I was looking at that on the internet there, that there was some of the guys that did fairly well there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So it was nice because, you know, we had several have successes, and even though they weren't able to go all the way as Garnett and Alex did, they still had success. And frankly, at the beginning of the season, I wasn't sure if I'd have 9 guys to even work with. To have so many matches won at EDC in the end was so promising and so exciting. I didn't graduate any seniors this year, so it's not like I have to lose and start all over again. I have this beautiful young team who's very talented, very hardworking, very motivated, and I had the privilege of discovering that this year, and I'll have the other privilege of working with them throughout the off season and then getting them motivated for next year, which is really exciting. And I think one of the big caps, especially to such a successful year that Alex Cummings has had this season, both in singles and doubles. I believe out of the 9 conference matches, he won 7 of them in singles, which is very tough to do at the number 1 position. So do know that even when I say he does struggle a little bit with that mental game, he doesn't struggle that much. I mean, he's still contender. He's still very strong. I just, again, it's that self-talk I just want him to continue working on. And honestly, I wouldn't be a coach if I didn't have something for him to always work on, honestly. But same thing with Garnett. Garnett's really turned his game around. He's really amped up. I mean, I used to get after him because he was the drag the foot kid. I mean, just you could hear him shuffling across the court. And he's really in this year really picked it up. He understands that to be partners with someone like Al, who is all-year player, he had to pick up his game, and he certainly did. And in certain moments, he really far exceeded some of Al's play because that left-handedness of his. He's got consistency. He's got this kind of finesse with that left-handed slice, and he balances out Alex's power with his own sort of kind of finesse and his trick shots that he has, which aren't really trick shots, but when you're left-handed, everything feels like a trick shot to a right-handed player.
Yeah.
So they just balance each other so well.
Yeah.
And I love that Garnett is pretty, he's calm, he doesn't get overly excited about anything. It's not to say he won't get nervous, but Alex needs that. He doesn't need someone like me who's high anxiety, aggressive and loud. He needs someone who's going to be chill and keep him chill. And I think they pair very well together. They get along very well. Yeah. And it shows because Alex had a very successful single season. I think Garnett did as well. But in doubles, again, we got the 3 seed, which is one of the highest seeds we've had for Wahpeton in quite a hot, long minute.
Yep.
And they placed 4th at the EDC
I was going to say,
region.
I got it down here in my notes.
Yep.
You had a couple guys play for 3rd place.
Yeah, that's right. And they absolutely had their opportunity. We played Red River first, and they beat them handedly in the first set. And then we just, again, struggled a little bit with that confidence in the second set and ended up falling in the third. But the fact that we beat them so handedly in the first set, that exact same team ended up winning 1st place in the region. So if we can do what we did, but do it all the way through, we easily could have been number 1 in the EDC. And I feel like while we didn't capture it quite at regionals, I feel that we can redeem ourselves at state. And I'm very confident in that. And I feel very strongly when I say that the EDC coaches made a mistake when they didn't seed my guys at number 1, and we'll let them just sit in that mistake when we take it at state. So,
there you go.
Regardless of the results, I am proud of what these men did.
Yep.
I will continue to be proud of the work that they put in moving forward. They've led all these really young gentlemen to a very successful season, I feel, and have set a very good precedent for what is the expectation for Huskies tennis. And I know that, again, whether we're first or last at state, they've accomplished so much in this season. And I hope they continue to just keep pushing themselves to want more and work for more and just improve every single day, because that's what we are about. We are about improving, being better than the player we were last time.
That's awesome. And I just, again, hats off to you, Coach. And no seniors, so we got a good opportunity
No
next
seniors,
year.
but 2 EDC All-Conference earners.
And they are, I'm sure, Alex.
So, I mean, that's special too.
Yep.
Because usually Wahpeton only gets the 1 vote for our number 1. And this year, it was both our guys recognizing that Garnett is a fantastic tennis player.
Yep.
And all I want for my boys moving forward is that they know and feel that in their heart they believe it, not just us saying it to them. So.
Awesome. All right, Coach. We appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely.
And
thanks for having us.
Thanks for messing up the time with us there. And putting up with us messing up the time for you.
Yeah, no. I mean,
all right.
Whatever gets me out of a few hours of grading, that's just fine.
But you got to go back and do that,
I got to
don't
go
you?
back.
All right, Amanda Lundstetter, boys tennis coach for the Wahpeton Huskies. We'll be back with Larry Lash right after this on Three Borders Sports Network.
Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wahpeton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at WahpetonDeliandEatery.com or call 642-3639.
Smith Motors in Wahpeton, we make sure that when you need a vehicle, we'll find the perfect one that matches your lifestyle and budget. Like the eye-catching Chevy Equinox, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hard-working GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive buying experience. From low-pressure sales to high-quality service, our customers always come first. Find your new Chevrolet or GMC today at Smith Motors. Small-town friendly, big-town deals.
think we're back.
When you can't hear the music anymore.
No, I was talking to Larry off air, so.
I know. What I'm saying, when you can't hear the music anymore,
And
you
the
can talk
commercials,
then.
Then it's go. See, that's what the producer guy does. He chews out the play-by-play
He
guy.
gets paid
off
the big
air.
bucks back there behind the table.
He makes big bucks.
Yes,
I know.
yes.
I don't
He
make
wants
anything.
a raise too.
I don't
Really?
make anything. I make nothing. So
Hey, we
but
gotta give.
it's
we
okay.
gotta give our other part-time producer and cameraman, Camden Yards Kelson. He's watching, so he sent a text.
You got to give him a little shout out.
Yep. I
Okay.
just did.
On the Studio 22
Studio 22
Designs,
Designs
shout out line,
yeah.
even though we don't have a shout out line right now.
No.
All right.
But
okay.
he just
That's all
texted
right.
on that shout-out line and said, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm watching."
No, he's gonna be busy on Friday
Yep.
with you. So
we got a busy day on Friday.
yes, we do. So
We got Husky football on Friday and Cowboy football on Friday.
busy night. So
You and Mike McCall over in Wahpeton will have.
I wonder if
Husky
he's
football.
gonna wear his flip flops again.
Did he wear flip flops? He didn't wear flip flops the night he was on the sideline, did he?
I think he did have flip flops on.
Did he?
Yeah, he won't be on camera this time, but I don't know. It is what it is. All right, let's move on.
Let's go on to Larry Lash. Cross country coach Larry Lash and the BW Storm cross country coach. And Larry, you sent me an email here, and I've got a long list of stuff here that we got to talk about. But here's a little known fact: how many different sports do you think Larry Lash has coached in his coaching career? How many different sports?
Was that a question posed to
Yes.
me?
Yes.
How many sports has he coached?
Yes.
Over the years?
Over the years since he started coaching, yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. He coaches basketball. I know that. He coaches track. He coaches cross country.
3.
Are girls and boys cross country and track separate?
No.
Okay.
We'll count that as one sport.
We count that as one
Yeah.
sport.
Yep.
I'm going to say he probably coached football at some point.
I did. Yes.
Yeah. Maybe volleyball at some point.
I did.
Look at that.
That shouldn't count for you though. You
Why
said
shouldn't
maybe.
that count? I'm
Okay.
just saying.
All right, go on.
Okay.
Here comes the wild card.
Here's the wild card. I have to name it. Softball.
No, I was a tennis coach in Jamestown.
See, that would have been an easy one too.
I was going to say baseball.
Yeah,
but
tennis.
he
You
did
got me
say
there.
Tennis before he
That,
said
that would have
no.
been. Yeah,
I
I'm
was gonna
disappointed
guess
in
baseball.
myself.
Never coached baseball?
Not me. Well, at the little youth.
Yeah,
like,
little
when,
ones.
when Gus was
What's the-
playing
there you go.
at the youth
Yeah,
level.
see,
Yeah, I know, but I'm disappointed in myself. Tennis, yeah, that fits in perfect. It really does.
At Jamestown, he said.
And I never played much, but the AD kept asking, and I inherited a pretty decent team, so it was fun.
You don't want to say no when you know there's good players out there. You don't want to say no because then you look like a good coach.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
Well, anyway, going back to cross country, Larry,
Yeah.
we had a meet over in Holly, correct?
Yeah, we had a nice meet in Holly last Thursday.
Nice day too.
Oh, it was the one day we've had this year where the temperature stayed below 70.
Yeah. So
And the kids here at the Holly Golf Course, and the fear runs through them because there's some hills.
There's some hills there.
Right.
Yep.
But they ran great. There was 20.
That's your second time there this year, isn't it?
No, first time.
That was your first one.
Yeah,
okay.
the other one was at Detroit Lakes. That was a hilly
that's the
course.
one.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Yep.
So there was 22 teams, and our girls ended up placing fourth.
I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, and Lucy
When I looked.
Comstock took second in that race, and
Yes.
Kira Wurtzema took eighth, and Jasmine Benedict was 19th, Gracie Falk 23rd.
Yeah.
So yeah, they really stepped up, and despite the hills and such, many of those kids ran like their best times this season as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good quality race for us.
Yeah, Lucy, and you had teams like the Moorheads, the Fargo Norse, you had DGF, Kindred, Pelican, Frazee, Fargo South. I mean, you had all the big schools.
Yeah, there was some good schools
There
there.
were a lot of big schools there.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I say, the kids came in, and just watching like Lucy and Kiera and Gracie and Jasmine take off in that race. These other girls took off really fast, but they kept them in their sights, and I can get like from mile 1 to mile 2, I don't see them in between, so I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah.
our girls kept sliding up in the pack, so it was really fun. And then like all right, girls, just hang on, stay relaxed, and yeah, they just kept pushing. And I think Lucy was like in 5th place the second time I saw her, and then she passed 3 more kids in the second. So
wow,
yeah, they just knocked it out.
So looking at some of the teams that were there, some of the AA schools that were there as well, I'm assuming Frazee is in your section as well?
No, they're below us.
Oh, they are. They're
Yes,
an A's.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
A's. Because you went to AA.
We went to
didn't you?
AA, and
Yeah.
we're the smallest. We're the smallest one in AA now.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think who might have
Park
been
Rapids?
Park Rapids. I think they're still A as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Moorhead will be 3A.
And
No,
DGF.
Moorhead ran their credit. They ran their JV kids there.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
okay.
still that
Oh,
good.
okay.
But I'll take West Fargo and Fargo
Sure,
South,
sure.
Fargo North. I mean, those
Yeah.
are teams we have to butt up against if we were running North Dakota side. So,
Right, right.
Yeah, I'll take a little bit of. We'll take that.
So a good, again, a good showing by the girls there. Just a good showing.
It was, yep. And we had two boys, Ethan Schur.
Yeah, let's talk about the boys.
Yeah, Ethan Schur and Jace Dower. He went under. They both ran under 20 minutes for the first time this season.
Oh, okay.
And they've been kind of knocking on the door. And like again, at the Holly course, you don't expect a good time just because it's difficult. And they were really happy. Jack Ekren just missed it, and just missed going under 20.
Yes.
And to his credit, we talked after the race, and he was kind of bummed out to see all these other kids doing so well. But he's very coachable.
Okay.
And we talked about, let's try a different strategy next time you run, and he seems responsive to it. So we race tomorrow at Perham. So he's just going to take his race out a little bit harder. I mean, in practice, he's always like the first one in. Works so hard. So he'll hit it.
Okay.
And then my top runner, Troy Burnt.
Yeah.
He kind of got, he got bottled up in the first mile. It was pretty tight.
That's what I was curious about. You said that in your notes here that you emailed to me. You said that Troy Burnt didn't feel like he got out fast enough.
No, I think the first time he went by, I try to count where the kids are at. So they'd rather know their place and time, because that way they know, okay, I got to slide up, 5 spots to get into the top 30 or 10 spots to be top 20. And shoot, I got to like 60. It's like, where is Troy? And then I saw him, and he was just like going right, going left, trying to get weaving through these, because there were just so many good boys running in that race. It was really quality boys race.
Okay.
And he finally, the pack started to break up a little bit, and I think he moved up about 20 or 30 spots before the race was over. And when he got done, he still had a decent time, but he says, coach, he goes, the first mile was so slow, I was just like, I couldn't get out, I couldn't move. So
And
live and learn a little bit.
And I was just going to say, and that's got to be a learning point and a frustrating point for a runner when that happens, I'm sure.
Yeah,
because, when we were watching the Olympics and you're watching the 1,500 meter and these guys, and they're just jostling and elbowing, and it's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, there's some strategy in I mean, you think it's just running.
Yeah.
But when those races start, you got to be able to get out fast in that first half mile, and then get your body to kind of fall into a rhythm after that, and then be able to finish strong again.
Sure.
So we kind of talk about that in practice. It's like we have to run our first intervals hard, and then learn to relax, and
then finish strong.
Then finish strong again. Yeah.
Oh man, that sounds like work. All right, so now we're going to Perham tomorrow. You said
big meet in Perham tomorrow. There'll be probably 25 to 30 teams.
Oh boy,
at that one.
A lot of section opponents there too as well.
Yeah,
so you'll be able to compare yourself.
They pull in teams from all over the place, but yes, we'll see a couple sectional foes. We run a little bit further south in our section.
Okay.
And so they get some northern teams that we might not see in our section, but
okay.
I told the kids the course is relatively flat compared to what we're normally seeing. And it's supposed to be warm tomorrow, but not just Perham's, out over in Lake in the trees. It'll be a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
So I think we'll get some really good times. I told the kids we had a good 2 weeks to practice coming off a good meet. So I said, let's just kind of keep that momentum going forward.
Yeah. As a coach, are you happy where you're at here? Because we're getting close to sectionals,
I
aren't
am.
we?
Like Lucy and Kiera's time and Gracie, all those girls weren't 100% when the season started. They had some injuries and some setbacks, and I think now, no pun intended, they're just like finally hitting their stride. They're just getting going, and I think there's going to be, we run at Perham again Thursday, then we go back on Tuesday for HOL.
Okay.
So we're going to see the course twice, so I think between those two races, we're going to pop off some really good times.
All right. And sectional is in?
That'll be back in Detroit Lakes.
Detroit Lakes,
and that'll be
that's
2
right. That's
weeks from
because
tomorrow.
you talked about that,
Yep,
because it was good to go to that meet in Detroit Lakes. That's right.
Yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to some leadership on my team.
Absolutely, let's do that.
Because a couple of kids that don't get mentioned once are my 2 seniors that have been out since 7th grade.
Let's do that.
So we got Emily Lindblad on the girls' team, and I think Emily might be having one of her best years in cross country. It's just that we got a lot of other good girls in front of her.
Sure.
But I have never heard Emily complain.
Yeah.
She always gives 100%. She's got a little brother, AJ, who's out, and he'd probably be in 55 other places in cross country practice. So she kind of keeps him involved, so she's being big sister and a great teammate, and she'll be knocking on the door for our 7th runner for a sectional team. I can run 7.
Okay.
And right now, there's 3 girls vying for that 7th spot. So, no, she's just been a great teammate and a great kid for the past 6 years. I mean, that's a lot of. She's run a lot of
dedication,
miles.
man. That's
And
dedication.
my only senior in the boys' side is Jackson Hill.
Yep.
Another one who's been out since 7th grade. And Jackson's another kid. He's always been one of our top runners, like a varsity type runner. But younger guys come up, and Jackson's always been like our 5 guy, or our 6 or a 4. But he's never negative.
No.
He'll get the kids who are goofing off to kind of, okay, we got to do it this way. He's not like a loud vocal.
Yep.
But oh man, he works hard.
That's.
So you need those guys that just, here's how we do it. We're going to work hard. And if you need something done, you could ask Emily, you could ask Jackson. It's going to get done.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Jackson's the one that's.
Good to have.
I drop off Emily at Breckenridge. She's a Breck kid. And then we come to Wahpeton. And Jackson's the one that's making sure the bus is all cleaned up.
Wow.
So he's just one of those kids that he's going to be missed a lot next year. And hopefully somebody can follow his example.
That's pretty cool.
And then I got to mention, too, Coach Hare and Coach Sundquist.
Darn right.
Coach Sundquist is our Breck coach. And she helps with the junior high kids. And she's trying to juggle working on a master's, her teaching, and helping with cross country.
Yep.
And Coach Hare, wow, I mean, some assistant coaches sometimes are kind of like reactive, like, what do you want me to do? She's proactive.
She's figured
She'll
it
pop
out.
in and she'll say, hey, we got to talk about this, or can we get these kids to do this, or should we try this? And she's had kids go through the program.
Yep.
And I just crossed my fingers that, okay, when your kids are gone, you're going to stick with us,
Keep her around, yeah.
And she's been around with me now coaching for quite a few years now.
Yep.
And where I kind of see a big picture, she'll make sure all my T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. So
I'm glad
between
you
those 2
remembered.
seniors and those 2 coaches, they really make my job much more enjoyable, and I can just kind of cruise along and go with it.
I know last week when you finished up your interview last week, you said that too, that I forgot to mention Christy Hare, because she's watching. And
Yeah.
I did see her, I think, at a volleyball game or something. I saw her, and I said, hey, Larry said that he forgot you, but he's thinking of you. So there you go, Christy Hare. Hey, Larry, before you go, I got to give you a Caribou coffee from the Wahpeton Cenex out there, the Southern Valley Travel Center out there on the bypass. It's a free coffee to the Caribou Coffee, and Larry said that he's going to give this one to Heather, so we got to give one to Heather Glines too.
There you go.
Excellent,
there we
thank
go.
you.
Because Joe
Appreciate
forgot,
it.
so.
And that's because I forgot to give it to Heather.
That's
so
right.
you said you'd see
All
her.
right.
So she's going to get one from Larry. There, it's on tape now, so you're going to be
Got
in
it right here,
trouble.
Heather, right here.
All right, Larry Lash, cross country. Good luck in Perham tomorrow.
Thank you, Joe.
Larry Lash, head coach of the cross country squad, boys and girls, and we have Wade Gilbertson sitting in the wings, and we'll be right back, talk some Husky football right after this.
So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member owned.
But aren't all financials member owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
That means all the money that we make
cha-ching.
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Yield Advantage is proud to support our local Twin Town teams. They'd like to remind farmers that the Yield Advantage team is ready to help you get the W next planting season. They can help get your equipment in game shape with upgrades large and small. Yield Advantage is your local precision planting premier dealer. From row cleaners to closing wheels, seed meters to liquid fertilizer systems, and everything in between. If you want to give yourself a competitive edge next season, contact Yield Advantage today.
A local insurance team ready to serve you. American Family Insurance Miller & Associates, providing home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance. As residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you, their trusted friends and neighbors. Together, they're building strong partnerships that help everyone succeed. American Family Insurance Miller & Associates, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
And we hope to see you at American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates.
Since 1941, Minn Kota Ag Products has been helping farmers with their agricultural needs. The farming industry has expanded at great lengths, and Minn Kota Ag Products is there to provide farmers with their entire chemical, fertilizer, seed, and grain elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage,
chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. For market access at your fingertips and information essential to your farm operation, download the Minn Kota Ag Products app. Minn Kota Ag Products, proud to be a partner in your farm operation since 1941.
20 years of experience, Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pediatrics and pregnancy, seeing children of all ages daily. Start your pregnancy out right with a correcting postural adjustment to help with daily activities and also give you a better night's sleep. Continued chiropractic care throughout your pregnancy can potentially help for an easier labor and delivery of your new little one. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic today at 701-672-1300 for an appointment, or request an appointment online at hornsteinfamilychiropractic.com. Dr. Andrea Hornstein, helping your family grow up healthy.
All right, welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show. By Giant Seeds and Snacks, and also presented by Red River Communications, cable channel 28, our own dedicated cable channel on channel 28. And yes, Sandy, we were talking about you. So
why do you call her out like that? I don't think that's a good idea.
So we can just do that.
She has every right to make fun of me, I guess, right?
Does she?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I kind of bring it on.
Do you?
I'm an easy target to make fun of. Yeah.
Can't believe that. So
a lot of actions I got.
We were talking off air about how Gilby was using his hands describing something, and of course, I know my wife enjoys it too. So
oh yes,
she enjoys Gilby doing all this stuff. So.
I'm telling you, I'm going to bring a phone book, and we're just going to let him read it. And when we leave here, we'll be so fired up.
You know,
we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
I've spent so much time in the tractors, combines, whatever this fall, and I was listening to a radio station. It was a sports program, and they have Coach Mason, who used to coach the Gophers, on.
Oh yeah, Glenn Mason.
And it's called Mace in Your Face.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gabbing with Gilby.
Well, there you go.
Hey.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hey. You know what? That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't give him too many ideas, but he did like that one.
That one pretty good
too.
I like that.
It's gabbing with Gilby.
Yeah, we might just turn that into our own show. We'll bring the phone book.
I'm telling you, we get the X's
we'll
and
get
O's
the
on that
whiteboard
whiteboard
up there.
Yep.
Get the X's and O's, and we'll just let her fly.
Carson is all ready for that too.
Yeah,
so.
there we go.
Yeah,
let's do it.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's talk some Husky football here. We got Wade Gilbertson, head coach of the Husky football squad. And right now, Coach, 3-3.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel? Before we talk about the game, how do you feel? 3-3. I think. Yeah, I should. I just hit my microphone.
Yeah, you did.
It's okay.
Don't do that.
You heard it in your ears.
I can hear it.
I'm sorry. I just went and did that. But I think personally, I'm happy with that.
You know,
you're probably not happy as a coach.
That's funny. It's funny you say that because this week, our word of the week or our challenge of the week or our talk of the week to our guys on Monday at film was we cannot be satisfied. And don't be satisfied preaching to the kids, you know.
So don't listen to me, guys.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And that's okay to be satisfied at 3-3. I mean, it's been a long time since we won 3 games in a row. It's been a couple years since we've been at 500 this deep into the season.
Right.
It was not that, I mean, yes, I say it's been a long time, but it feels like it's been a long time. It's a couple years ago at this point of the season, we were at 500. We ended up finishing 5-4 in that season.
Yeah.
And last year we won 3 games. With a team that was very, very young.
Yes.
But we didn't beat any of the big schools.
Yeah.
And to me, our message to the boys this week was don't be satisfied with winning 3 games. Don't be satisfied with where we're at right now. Think of where we can be.
Yeah.
And we're fighting for our playoff lives just like everybody else is. And so I hope that point got made. I think that most of our guys rallied around it in that meeting on Monday about not being satisfied with where we're at. Don't be satisfied.
Even though Joe says he's satisfied, I shouldn't say satisfied. I'm happy. You know,
I'm happy.
I mean, I don't. When you take on number 2 West Fargo Horace, and you keep them right within your sights, so to speak.
Yeah.
And now you got number 1 Red River coming up next week or this Friday. We can talk about that in a little bit too. But then you've got after that, then you got South and Central.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay.
And our schedule was backloaded, as you can see, and we talked about last week that we now have all big schools left, starting with last week with Horace. So our season or our schedule was rugged in the first place, as I told you, but then it's backloaded with all the big schools as well. And I think that if our kids stay hungry and they're not satisfied, I think that we're going to come out and we're going to play really, really hard in these last 3 games to try to make something out of this season that we can be very, very proud of.
And I don't want, again, we don't want it to get into the kids' heads, the players' heads, but people in the state are taking notice too, because I see we received some votes in the state poll this week. So we're receiving some votes as a 3-3 team.
Yes, and
so
we're
playing well.
Yes, we're coming together as a team, and as a team, we're way different than we were last year, just because it's just a different team. Juniors from last year start to take on more of a leadership role, and they become more aware of how to become a leader, and it started to trickle down to some of our younger kids, and some of our juniors are starting to take on a leadership role because of the great job that many of our seniors have done, and all of our seniors have done. And so, you look at this season, and we've played number 3, number 2, and number 1 in consecutive weeks. We beat number 3, lost to number 2, and now we've got number 1, and we're going to come out with guns blazing.
Absolutely.
We're going to come out and we're going to be ready to go. And we kind of referenced a little bit, not to pick on any past success that we had, but we've done this before. I mean, we've had the number 1 team come into our place before, and we've done this before. Now, whatever happens on Friday happens, but we cannot be afraid of a team that comes in who hasn't given up a touchdown in a number of games and hasn't punted in this many games or whatever. We're not going to stress on that. We're going to come out and we're going to play very, very hard. I have all the confidence in the world that our kids are going to play their butts off and play hard every minute of the game.
Well, let's talk about the Horace game first, then, Coach, before we get more into that. I mean, we've already taken a look at the Red River game, but let's take a look back at the Horace game. You had a good offensive showing, let's just say that. I mean, the number 2 team in the state, but your offense, you had Trey going for 100+. You had Bjorn throwing the ball for 2+. And then Jackson DeVries, a school record, I believe.
Yeah, you heard about that.
I did.
Yeah, good. It's kind of started to make news in the last couple of days. I think it's gotten out there. Kudos to Hunter McCall, one of my assistants, in taking the stats and noticing the yardage, and then Dr. David Woods putting it out, I think, on Twitter, and people started to take notice. Yeah, I set a school record with receiving yards the other night.
197?
197.
How about that?
And on very few catches, so he had a lot of catch and runs.
Yak
yards.
Yak, there you go. Yep,
there
the
you
yak
go.
yards. And so he caught one at about 10 yards on a crossing route where we were trying to pick off. They're running a cover 4 zone, a quarter zone. And after the 2 receivers on one side of the field, if we've got 2 extended, they get past 5 yards, which we would call the hard deck. Those 2, safety and corner, are going to lock on those guys. And so we get them running like a double post concept, and that safety and that corner lock on them and carry them away to the other side of the field. And then we got Jackson DeVries running a crossing pattern. There's nobody behind him when he catches the football. So he catches it at about 10 yards and then turns it up and runs for another 40. And then the other one was a screen, a simple screen that he caught behind the line of scrimmage and ran for about another 45 to 55 yards. So he very, very few catches.
And he's got the speed to go with that.
He does. He doesn't have, Jackson's really fast, and sometimes you don't see it because he doesn't have the I'm going to make you miss speed. He's have the you're not going to catch me speed.
There you go.
If I've got a little bit of grass, you're not getting me. Once he turns on those jets, he's going to go. Yeah. So very few catches, set the school record for 197. Going back to Trey Malk, we tried to get the run game going, and I thought we did a very good job of getting the run game going. One thing I thought that Horace did well, this might have been the best prepared team to play against us, I thought. Watching what they were trying to do to us on defense, we are more of a gap scheme team this year, meaning we're going to pull guys, and we're going to kick guys out, and we're going to pull a guard or a tackle up to a linebacker. And they were very well prepared for that. You could tell that they did their film work. You could tell a number of their coaches, especially on the defensive side, were watching film. So we had to make a little bit of an adjustment there. We had to run a little bit more inside zone because of that and not pull anybody. And at that point, when we started doing that, we were already behind, so we had to throw it a little bit more. So it's just kind of a chess match kind of thing, if that makes sense. Where they really scouted us well, and they took away that gap scheme, so we had to run more inside zone. And Bjorn really got it going. You know, he's been handling our offense the way that it's supposed to be handled as a quarterback. At least the offense that we're running the last couple of years, he's been handling it the way it's supposed to be done. And he's been able to find open receivers. We've been able to give him a little bit of protection. And when we don't give him the protection he needs, he's been able to scramble a little bit and then find an open receiver. He's been able to change plays on the run because, as I've told you before, we give him the authority to do that. And he threw for somewhere in the neighborhood of 230 or something like that the other night. And not a lot of teams have done that against
And his
Horace.
percentage was well, too. I think he was 19 to 23 or something like that.
Yes,
Somewhere in there.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, the completion percentage keeps getting, it keeps staying, I should say.
Excuse me, but that's pretty damn good for a high school quarterback.
Compared to what we were last year, we were roughly right around 50%.
Yeah.
If you're throwing it at a 50% clip, you're not throwing it very well.
Right.
To me, anyway. Yeah. And so we want to be somewhere in that 60 to 65 range.
Sure.
And so, he's been doing a really, really good job of not only changing the play and throwing it to the open receiver, because that's, like I said, we're going to call a number of different things in one play. We've got 3 or 4 different options on one play, and he's done a really, really good job of picking where it's open.
That's been the fun part for not only me as a play-by-play guy, which I've only been able to do one so far, but just watching the Huskies play football, to see the growth in Bjorn in the quarterback position.
Absolutely. He has grown a lot in the last, he started one game as a sophomore, started every game last year at quarterback, and then now this year starting every game so far. There's a lot to be said about the experience of it as well. And he's really started to pick it up. Smart kid, likes football, knows what we're trying to do offensively. He works very closely with me, with our quarterback coach Evan McCall, and our passing game has been pretty good. And when you put that in to work with our running game with Trey Mauk, then we're able to make a few things happen. We just kind of ran into a little bit more of an athletic team the other night.
Yep, I hear you. All right, so Grand Forks Red River coming up on Friday, the #1 team in the state, as we said. Again, discipline, communication, just those kinds of things on the football side of things too.
Yeah, they're gonna be like Horace a little bit. When they bring on their special teams or when their offense goes off the field, they're gonna bring on a fresh 9 or 10 guys. And it's just one of those things that happens. I mean, and we're not going to shy away from that. We feel sometimes that we are going to be able to out-scheme them. They might rely more on athleticism, and we're going to rely on trying to coach our kids up during the week on how to out-scheme those guys.
Gotcha.
So they're going to have guys that are going to run around. They're going to be fast. They're going to be strong. They're going to be big guys. But we're going to try to take advantage of that and take advantage of maybe what they do incorrectly because of that. So
I just thought of something here as you were talking about this. You mentioned the line and stuff, but I want to go back to the Horace game and just quickly give a quick shout out to the offensive line too. For him to go 19, for Bjorn to go 19 and 13, for Trey to go $1+, and for Jackson, you got to have an offensive line that did some protection and some hole blocking too.
Yes, absolutely. And Hunter McCall does a really good job with our offensive line, and him and I work closely together with how we're going to make calls at the line of scrimmage. And we don't want to have our offensive line just block big on big. We don't want our offensive line to just see guy in front of them, block guy in front of them. That's not how football works. And so when they come into our program, they start learning how to call a slide to the left or a slide to the right. So you're blocking more of a gap. And it's been a work in progress. It has. And Hunter at times wants to pull his hair out, and sometimes he'll defend his guys and pound on the table for his guys. But he does a really good job. Him and I work closely together with that. And he, our guys start to pick that up, and they start to understand why we're doing that, and they take pride in doing it correctly. Therefore, then they can protect the quarterback a little bit better because they know throwing the ball is a little bit part of our game.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big part of the game, especially for the Huskies right now. B-Dub, you're going to have the call on Friday night with Mike McCall, and you got any questions there pregame for Coach?
No, I don't have any questions, but I have a comment. I think that you're a scary team to play.
Oh,
You have the
agree.
#1 team coming in to your house. You went on the road and gave the #2 team a pretty good fight. I think I'd be a little shy to come in here and go head to head with a team that can put points on the board and can throw the ball, can run the ball. I don't know. I would not, if I were Red River, I would not be, one of those teams that say, hey, we're going down to Wahpeton and we're just going to get on the bus, we'll go down there and we'll be back and then we'll have a win. I don't think that can work anymore. I really don't.
I hope they think that, right?
Well, I think that they
Right.
should. I think they should be scared a little bit. I mean,
Sure.
And I think as coaches, that's what we want. You know, for where we coach, that's what we want. We want teams to come in here and be like, oh, we're going to go down to Wahpeton. We're going to have to play. We're going to have to play our best
Yes,
game
sir.
if we want to come out with the win. And I feel like that's where your football team is at. That's where your program's at.
Thank
Kinda
you.
In that mode where, hey, we had to be a good football team if we want to go down to Wahpeton.
Well, thank you. And I tip my cap to our players for the work they've done, our seniors for what they've done, and my coaching staff, our coaching staff, for what they've done.
Yeah.
I think that everybody has been in lockstep this season working together. And even the Horace coach after the game the other night, they beat us by 20. It was probably a little bit of a closer
closer
game
than that, though.
than the score indicated.
Yeah.
But even the Horace coach after the game said, I hate playing you guys.
See, that's what we
You're going to
want.
come out,
Yeah.
you're
That's
going
what
to
you
give
want.
it everything you've got. You're going to be able to scheme us and be able to throw against us and run against us. And because in high school football, you see so many different things, so much. Every week you see something different, a different coverage, a different front, different blitzes. And it's not like college football or pro where some of it's kind of the same and it gets a little bit vanilla sometimes. High school football is a lot of different things. You got to cut your teeth a little bit. And it's one of those things where you want to hear that. You're right. When they say, we hate playing you
Yeah.
guys, it
Yeah,
makes me feel good.
I was
I'm going
gonna
to
say.
tell my players that after the season.
Definitely. That's
Okay.
that's the mentality that you want. So I think it's good. So it's gonna be a good football game.
I hope
It's a
so.
good football
Let's
game.
go. Let's go get them.
Let's do
go
it.
get them. Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. All right, we got Caribou Coffee here for you again,
Hey,
Coach.
let's
from
go.
Wahpeton Cynics out there, and go out and see Emily and the crew, and appreciate you doing that, and thanks for coming in and spending some
Hey,
time with us.
You know, can I say?
Oh, absolutely.
For a second, if
you
got
got
time?
the airwaves, man.
I was talking to David Woods, our new athletic director, just today.
Okay.
And he's telling me, and hopefully he's watching, he probably is, he's telling me that he's getting complaints, not complaints maybe, but he's just getting comments made to him from other schools that are jealous of the coverage that we get. And I think that that's on you guys, and that's on a lot of guys. That's
Thanks,
a lot of people in Wahpeton, the KBMW included. I mean, you guys, what we do as a community and what you guys do as a community in covering us, and not just us. I mean, you had the tennis coach in here earlier. You had the cross-country coach in here earlier. I mean, it's amazing what you guys do and the coverage that we get.
I mean, it's kind of the reason why we decided to do this is just to give our local sports teams, and not just one team or one sport, an avenue to promote their program.
You bet.
And there's other things that we would like to do that we're just not able to do yet for other programs and teams and other sports that don't get a lot of airtime.
Right.
But hopefully we'll be able to do that at some point. So we appreciate it. We appreciate
Absolutely. It's going. I mean, it's amazing.
And I appreciate your comments, Gilby, and the text messages that we get during the game. You know, we do the Studio 22 design shout-out line and things like that. And we get great comments, but it's amazing how many people are asking us to come and do their sports in other towns.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a two-man show. I mean, it's hard for us to do that. We appreciate it. But it's tough to do for a two-man show.
You can't
We're
be
doing the
everywhere,
best we
right?
can.
Can't be everywhere.
No.
But you're doing an amazing job. So
Try to
keep
do
it
every
up,
home
man.
event for the major sports. here in town.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but maybe at some point we can go on the road and expand our footprint a little bit. But right now we're doing what we do and we're having fun doing it. So we appreciate it.
Awesome.
Appreciate the comments.
Yep.
Thank you.
What could be better than that?
Yep, that's
Loving
right.
what you're doing.
That's right.
Yep.
Let's go.
Awesome.
All right. Anything else, Gil?
No, let's get a big crowd out there on Friday.
How about that?
Let's get the noise going.
How about that?
Get that Red River team playing a little bit uncomfortable.
Yep.
Right? Take them out of their element a little bit.
What color do you want the fans to wear? Purple?
Sure.
Here,
The purple out game?
Here's the question.
We're wearing all purple. So.
I was going to say, what jerseys are you going to wear?
Don't wear them black
I want to be able to see some
you guys
numbers.
in the black jerseys, right?
Well, I'm in Breckenridge, so that's...
Yeah, I know.
Every time
I
the
know.
boys want to wear black for homecoming, I always think of you guys. I do. I honestly think of you guys. Yeah.
And then the other night when the lights were out, that one bank of lights were out was tough on him,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I will not give him a hard time anymore. I used to give him a hard time. I was like, what are you talking about? You can see whatever. Yeah, no, I don't know. Nope. I've been there. I'm not doing that anymore.
And Frank Verton is dark anyway.
Right,
Because
exactly.
the lights aren't quite as powerful as they could be, I suppose. But yeah, it's a little dark anyway. But yeah.
Yeah. We'll make her work, though.
All right. Well, that's Gabbing with Gilby here. We're just about ready to wrap that one up. We appreciate you coming in. Good luck Friday night.
Thanks, buddy.
All right,
Appreciate
man.
you.
We're going to have it on Friday night there. B-Dub and Mike McCall will be at that game, and I'll be in Breckenridge. But we're going to come back, and we're going to have our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week right after this. Well, stay with us, folks.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
At Interstate Engineering, our business is about connections. We connect people to water, communities to counties, and counties to the rest of the world. Our work connects main streets to interstates, and yesterday with the potential of tomorrow. With over 40 years of connecting, our experience and expertise are thanks to the clients we have earned, the trust we have built, and the connections we have made. Interstate Engineering, the professionals you need, the people you trust.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Egeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Comdale Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4-crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdaleInnovation.com. Comdale Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Since 19...
Oh, let's see here. How about that, huh?
Oh, yeah, I gotta. Well, I'm gonna leave you just like that. Normally I change you, but I'm gonna leave it like that. So.
All right, don't change.
I was gonna zoom
we were
in
too
on
busy.
you, but I'm gonna
We
leave
were too
you.
busy gabbing with Gilby off here.
I know. I'm gonna leave you where you are. So
Okay.
that's all right. You'll just have to be in that shop by yourself. So.
Sandy says it's more fun when he's not. Sandy says it's way more fun when he doesn't know he's being recorded.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. So people at home don't know who you're talking to, but if you're local, they know who you were talking to when you refer to Sandy.
Oh, Sandy is Wade's wife.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, there you go.
Coach Gilbertson's wife.
There you go.
And she's gabbing with Gilby all the time.
Correct.
All right, so welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show, everybody, and Three Border Sports Network. We're presented by Red River Communications, Cable Channel 28, and the season is winding down.
It is winding down.
For some teams.
For some teams. Breck's only got, they had their last home volleyball game. WAP's only got a couple more left. Football's winding down. We get a tiny break, and then we get into the winter. Basketball's going to start. We were just talking about it, and we're under 40 days here before basketball starts. So it's coming fast.
Under how many?
Under 40 for sure.
I was thinking it was even less than that.
It's less than that. I mean, under 40, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think Breckenridge's Cowgirls' first basketball game is mid-November, like the 17th or something like that.
That seems early. The 17th seems really early. We don't start until that week in there. So 17th sounds pretty early.
If the fans and everybody can bear with me for just a second, the first game is at home on the 22nd of November. So
that sounds better.
Yeah. So I was a little.
Yeah, that sounds better.
A little off there.
Yeah.
But 22nd of November.
Yeah, we don't play until we go out to Minot, and that's in the first week of December. So
okay,
but we'll see.
Got to give Sir James Watson a shout out. Hey, Sir James.
I'm
thanks
sure he's
for tuning
watching.
in and
I'm sure he's watching.
Appreciate it.
I'm sure he has some complaints about our attire and stuff like that, but it's okay.
I went back to the old school quarter zip.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. I'm repping Adidas today.
And how about that?
I know. I do like that. I think that's pretty cool. So we appreciate her bringing that in, dropping it off, and we'll
learned something too. I don't think she said it on. No, we did talk about it. It was silicone.
Yeah. Okay.
Did we do that on air?
We did. Yeah. Yeah. You don't remember that?
No, I couldn't remember if it was on air.
It was a whole conversation, but that's okay.
Well, I have a whole conversation.
Yeah, I know. And then we'll get that up on the wall, and it'll be good. We got. What are we missing? Oh, I'm surprised that Amanda didn't say anything about tennis. I think she did one time.
Yeah.
So we're missing some tennis stuff.
Tennis
so
stuff.
we'll get it covered.
A golf.
We have a golf bag that we're
I
going to
wasn't
do.
going to say what it was.
Well, we have some golf items that we're going to do some stuff with too. But
we'll get that.
Yep. So
what else we got coming? Friday, you're Red River and the Huskies.
I'm
And
I'm at Frankfurton.
I got Wadena Deer Creek coming to town for the Cowboys.
Yep. And
my son Adam will be there with you, and I got Yards over with me.
I'll have McCall with me too as well.
Okay.
And we'll kind of try and keep him under control. He likes to, he wants to be down on the field. He wants to produce. I'm like, okay, this is just your third show now, So just we'll work you in slowly.
Honestly, he did a nice job on the.
He did a great job. I thought it was great. So we're going to work on
well.
when we're together again, and we're going to have. We'll maybe get him a real mic and see how he does with that.
Yeah, instead of going through the phone.
Yeah,
It worked okay.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
But me as a producer guy, I wasn't very happy with it.
Okay, well.
But
all right.
We'll fix it.
So Margaret Kruger and the Cowgirls volleyball squad, they played DGF last night, lost 3-1. So that was their opportunity. That was basically for the HOL championship last night, B-Dub. So
but DGF 2A though, right?
Yes.
So that doesn't really matter. I think in the grand scheme of things, she would be okay with that.
Chatting with Coach Kruger, she would really like to have won that one. She thinks they could have won that one.
Yeah, but I think if you're going to trade something, I would trade that for a trip to state.
Oh, absolutely.
Is what I would trade. Or a section championship, or you know what I mean? Like, So, grand scheme of things, you can let that one go.
Carson Yagi unavailable to attend tonight, so the Cowboys again will have them. They fell to New York Mills the other night, and a tough game for the Cowboys. But they look to rebound against WDC on Friday night.
Yeah, it's going to be two good football games on both sides of the river, so we'll see what happens.
And who else am I missing there? We're done with Jeff Ralph, so that was...
Yeah, we are. Should we... Well, we don't want to talk about it.
What?
Well, I mean, he had a procedure.
Get well soon, Jeff Ralph.
We could say that at least.
I think most of the people know that. It's
we can say that. Yeah, I'm glad that he's going through it right now. I mean, not like glad, but I want to see how he handles it, and then maybe
he's your guinea pig.
Maybe exactly. Then maybe it'll be my turn. So
get
we'll
well
see what
soon,
happens.
Jeff. Hope your recovery is going well. All right. So this week we have the Comdell Innovation Play of the Week.
Oh, we do, yeah.
Yep. I think we got that coming up next. But,
Yeah, when we go to commercial, we'll go with that.
Yep. And then so that's what we got coming up on Three Borders Sports.
I think
Nothing
we've
tomorrow.
covered it. I think we've covered it. Nothing tomorrow. Gonna be a nice day tomorrow.
It is.
That's all I'm gonna say. Gonna be a nice day tomorrow.
You're gonna get the pontoon out.
Pontoon's already put away in storage, dude.
You get the motorcycle out?
But I might take the bike out. That's for sure. But I have some other items that I might take out tomorrow for a little bit. And you
always take the golf clubs out.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about some other items that we own, that you and I both own.
Oh yeah, you haven't shown me those yet.
I don't think you know what I'm talking about, but that's okay. But I might take them out tomorrow, and I'm going to go out to the range. How about that?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And not the golf range.
I got you.
Yeah,
I know what you're
I
saying.
might do that.
I'm with you now.
So, yeah.
Good for
Because I
you.
got a couple things that I won
Yeah.
that I need to break in.
Good.
So I might do that tomorrow.
All right, good luck to all the area teams, and just wish you well. And thanks to all the coaches that came in tonight. Thanks to the coaches that couldn't make it tonight. Margaret's always been kind enough to come up after the home games for the Cowgirls volleyball squad and visit with me in the post-game shows. So if you want to see Coach Kruger and hear her talk, she went over to NDSCS again tonight to watch Addie and Abby play.
That team's pretty good.
That's a good volleyball squad.
That's a
over there.
very good
The
volleyball team.
Wildcats. Yep.
Yeah. We might need to work on getting Coach Pesa in here.
We could do that. Boy, she'd
Yeah.
be a handful, wouldn't she?
We might, between her and Gilby, I mean, I don't know, man. You might have your own show there.
Pacing with Pesa.
All right, you can stop now.
All right, stop the
You can stop
acronym
now.
things. All right, let's go to the Comdell Innovation Play of the Week first. For Brian Watson, I'm Joe Schreiner, and all of us at Three Borders Sports Network. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you either on the Minnesota side or the North Dakota side on Friday night right here at Three Borders Sports Network. Here comes the Comdell Innovation Play of the Week.
Sidney Roberts again, good block at the net there by Larson. Kaler puts it down in a hurry, but a good dig in the back, and the Crazy Hornets hanging in there. And that one on a dig by Olsen, and that time Kaler puts it away.
Comdell Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4 crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdellInnovation.com. Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.